Schedule your free consultation today.
Transform your outdoor space with expert landscaping, hardscaping, and seasonal services from Q&S Landscape Contracting. Serving residential and commercial clients with over 25 years of experience. Call us today at 908-296-0008 or visit qnsnj.com to get started.
David Hasdagen here from Big State Sports. You're watching free coverage of the best high school athletes across the Garden State.
What separates Open Road Chevy is that we do our best to make the purchase experience a painless process from start to finish.
Don't miss amazing offers right now like the new 2025 Chevrolet Trax, starting at $279 a month.
At Open Road Chevy, you're never far away from a great deal.
Here at Open Road Mazda of Morristown, we strive to provide a stress-free, knowledgeable, positive buying experience. No matter your budget, we'll find the right car for you.
Drive home the 2025 Mazda CX-50 for just $229 a month.
Check us out for yourself.
Pick Your Cards is located on Route 46 in Ledgewood. Our huge inventory can be shopped online at pickyourcards.com, where you can use the code Big State Sports for an extra discount.
Blue Nail was superior in almost every aspect. We worked with contractors for almost everything in the firehouse, and Blue Nail really made us feel comfortable all the way through, from the contract to pre-planning to scheduling, getting the job done. We are thrilled that they were able to do the job for us.
Green Home Solutions is a huge supporter of Big State Sports and the New Jersey High School student athletes.
Hi, my name is Andrew Shaka. I'm one of the owners here at New Jersey Siding and Windows. We are a family-owned residential remodel-owned firm. Everything we offer here is quality and comes with great warranties. If it's a residential home, there's no home too big for us to work on.
Struggling with confidence, inconsistency, and playing scared? Learn how to unlock your potential and perform at your best when it matters the most with Top Mental Game. Your talent sets the floor. Your mindset sets the ceiling. When the moment comes, will you be ready?
Athletic Fields of America, a Tenkata company based in Morris Plains, New Jersey, is dedicated to enhancing the athletic experience for students, faculty, and visitors by transforming sports facilities into premier venues for competitive and recreational activities. We've installed over 1,000 fields, and we continue to focus on innovation and excellence. We partner with our clients to revitalize their existing athletic fields and create new ones from the ground up through meticulous planning, state-of-the-art materials, and expert craftsmanship. Whether it's a professional stadium or a community field, we are building healthier, more beautiful communities and delivering surfaces that perform, last, and support vibrant, active lives. Learn how we can take your sports facility to the next level by visiting afoa.us.
This is George Muha, and you're watching Big State Sports.
Mandelbaum Barrett PC Attorneys at Law provide you with a 360-degree approach for your personal and business legal needs, built on relationships, support, and innovation. You can rely on Mandelbaum Barrett. Visit us at mblawfirm.com.
After calling All Done once, homeowners all over New Jersey are saying, finally, a contractor I can trust. Get the job done once, the right way. Call All Done Once at 732-242-4072 or visit us online at www.alldoneonce.com.
NIL deals mean opportunity, but also risk. Don't face it alone.
We begin with the senior football players, led by team manager Hadi Tolentino, escorted by his parents Oliver and Madeline and his brother Enzo. Team manager Hooks LeBlanc, escorted by his parents Mariah and Andrew. Number 1, Kieran Zuloff, escorted by his parents Monica Trim and Brad Zuloff and his brother Cam. Charlie Garvey, escorted by his parents Michael and Lauren Garvey, his grandparents Chuck and Kate Rush, little brothers John and Michael, and younger sister Lily. Number 4, A.J. Curiel, escorted by his parents Sarah and Nick. Number 9, Minjun Kang, escorted by his parents Daniel Kang and Yuna Lee. Number 10, Beckham Odell, escorted by his parents Linda and Mike. Number 11, Matt Rossoff, escorted by his parents Lindsay and Dave and brother Charlie. Number 15, Will Holmes, escorted by his parents Rob and Denise. Number 19, Gavin Forte, escorted by his parents Kathleen and Rich. Number 23, Andrew Smallwood, escorted by his father, Kevin. Number 28, Daniel Lichardi, escorted by his parents, Greg and Kristen. Number 29, Jake Reimold, escorted by his parents, Bonnie and Josh. Number 50, Will Pringle, escorted by his parents, Meredith and Wilson, his sister Sloan, and his grandmother, Candy Thorpe. Number 51, Grady Blackstone, escorted by his parents, Jenny and Brian. Number 55, Aiden Ewing, escorted by his parents, Dana and Chris. Number 60, Adam Kopach, escorted by his parents, Anya and Robert. Number 72, Reed Stovikin, escorted by his parents, Maricel and Scott. Number 75, Russell Brandt, escorted by his parents, Donna and Rick. Number 77, Luke Dolan, escorted by his parents Emily and Matt, sister Meg, and his brother Will. Number 90, Donovan Tung, escorted by his parents John and Anita. Team captain, number 3, Connor Goronsky, escorted by his parents Joe and Jen. Number 5, team captain, Anthony Trujillo, escorted by his parents, Sharon and Mark, and his brother, Dominic. Number 12, team captain, Alex Schwark, escorted by his parents, Tina and Matt. Number 16, team captain, Cole Sable, escorted by his parents, Tom and Allie Sable. Team captain, number 56, Ben Cohen, escorted by his parents, Alexis and Matt, and sister Aviva.
No, it was 20 on the dot. It was 21. That Jaden kid was 21. Hartford kid.
And number 23, Andrew Smallwood, escorted by his father, Kevin. now, the cheerleaders. Joining the varsity football team for one more picture will be our fan of the game, Aaron Go. And now, the cheerleaders who bring energy and spirit to every game. Team captain, Alina Burkanova, escorted by her mother, Aziza Shrinabeva. Team captain, Caitlin Rodriguez, escorted by her father, Alvaro Rodriguez. Let's have one more round of applause for our senior cheerleaders.
I did all right. I look like I fit in. No. Mild when necessary. I did well, right? Hey, how are you?
finally, the senior members of the band who help keep Summit High School traditions alive. Alexander Seymour, escorted by his parents, Gail and Scott. Andy Caligaris, escorted by his parents, Mutsuko and Lorenzo. Bia Farrell, escorted by parents Odette Mendez and Gerard Farrell.
Save our spots right here. Do you want anything from the... Oh, cool. Give me something too. Whoa, special one. Yeah, we're going to get that too.
Well, someone can't stay here with Bubby?
We're going to be right back.
Okay. All right, I'll be right. I'm going to go get... You want chai?
Ben Levkov, escorted by his parents Helena and Alex.
You have my purse. All right, I'll be back. Do you want coffee?
Brandon Jimenez, escorted by his mother Gabriella and his brother Brian. Caroline Gale, escorted by her parents Karen and Jeff. Gavin Lowenberger, escorted by his parents Melanie Evans Lowenberger and Seth Lowenberger. Jeremy O, escorted by his parents Jan Shin and John O. Novella Maddox Williams, escorted by her parents Tony Maddox and Sharoner Williams and her brother Imari Williams. Luka Milinkovic, escorted by his parents, Nevena Bojovic and father Melon Milinkovic. finally, Valerie Duron, escorted by her parents, Sylvia Anariba and Melvin Duron.
Yeah, I'm like, right.
Reviews, negotiates, and protects your contracts so you could focus on winning on and off the field. This is Zach Smolin with Big State Sports. We know fundraising can be tough for booster clubs and coaches. That's why we're excited about Leading Edge. They've helped programs raise tens of thousands of dollars in just a 1-hour fundraising drive. Scan this QR code or visit leadingedgefundraising.com and let them know that Big State Sports sent you.
Here at Open Road Cadillac, everybody gets treated just like family. We always make sure we find the right car for you.
The 2025 Cadillac Lyriq, now for the limited time price of only $529 a month. Open Road Cadillac of Morristown in Florham Park, New Jersey.
What separates Open Road Chevy is that we do our best to make the purchase experience a painless process from start to finish.
Don't miss amazing offers right now like the new 2025 Chevrolet Trax, starting at $279 a month.
At Open Road Chevy, you're never far away from a great deal.
George J. Keller and Sons want your house to be the kind of home for all to see. Best roofing, windows, siding too. Great solar and gutters, we're here for you. Our seasoned pros are unsurpassed, so give a call, we'll take your task. Transform your home, that's what we do. So give a call, we're here for you. For roofing, siding, windows and solar, we do it all for you. George J. Keller and Sons.
Your family-owned operation since 1980. Call for your free estimate.
Oh.
Green Home Solutions is a huge supporter of Big State Sports and the New Jersey High School student athletes.
After calling All Done once, homeowners all over New Jersey are saying, finally, a contractor I can trust. Get the job done once, the right way. Call All Done Once at 732-242-4072 or visit us online at www.alldoneonce.com.
Don't call it a tune-up. The Hilltoppers of Summit are right near the top of North Group 3, but they're in search of a division title against a Scotch Plains-Fanwood team looking to outplay their record and play spoiler in their final game of the year. Live on Big State Sports, it's a BCC United Gold matchup between the 6-2 Summit Hilltoppers and the 2-5 Scotch Plains-Fanwood Raiders. Hello and welcome inside the Mandelbaum Barrett broadcast booth. I'm Ryan Sudol. Before we get started, we'd like to thank the following sponsors for helping us bring this game to you today. As we mentioned, we are in the Mandelbaum Barrett broadcast booth, and since 1930, Mandelbaum Barrett PC has been a trusted legal partner for all of life's biggest plays. From business deals to personal matters, their experienced attorneys provide hands-on attention and innovative solutions. For nearly a century, they've built enduring relationships across diverse industries. Wherever you are, whatever your legal need, and whether it's personal or professional, Mandelbaum Barrett PC is on your team. Learn more at mblawfirm.com. Oliver Brown & Sons, lighting up your life with energy-efficient LED lighting and custom electrical upgrades. You don't want your electrical short-circuiting. That's why you call Oliver Brown & Sons. They take care of all of those loose outlets in your bathroom, your kitchen, GEFCI receptacles that keep tripping, and they take care of it all at Oliver Brown & Sons. Check out Oliver Brown & Sons in Summit and visit them at obrownelectric.com and call 908-553-3043. Salerno Dwayne, proudly serving the Summit community for decades with a commitment to honesty, value, and exceptional service. Their value-driven approach means they respect your time, trust, and experience every step of the way. Visit them at 245 Broad Street in Summit for Ford or 267 Broad Street for Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, where great deals and great people come together. Visit SalernoDwayneSummit.com. Tito's Burritos of Summit. Whether it's Friday Night Lights or Game Day Bites, fuel your school pride at Tito's Burritos and Wings, located on Springfield Avenue in the heart of downtown Summit. Kick hunger to the curb with wings that score every time at Tito's. Your taste buds will score too when you order Tito's Burritos and Wings. Dine-in, takeout, delivery, and catering are all available 7 days a week at Tito's. Visit Tito'sBurritos.com. And Tony Dom's Fried Chicken, the best fried chicken in New Jersey. If you're not chewing, are you even viewing? Everyone loves TDs while watching football. That's Tony Dom's and touchdowns. When the game is on the line, make the right call and get Tony Dom's Fried Chicken. You've got a timeout on the field, but no timeouts on flavor. It is a beautiful day for football. You need an even better day for fried chicken. When it's 4th and long, go long. Get some fried chicken at Tony Dom's. 529 Morris Ave in Summit. Visit TonyDoms.com. And let's start with Summit, folks. We know that the next time we'll see the Hilltoppers after today will be next Saturday right here at Tatlock Park. They currently hold the 2 seed in North 2 Group 4, opponent still to be determined. Last week, though, they broke a 2-game skid with their biggest win of the year. A 10-7 road win over then unbeaten Woodbridge, who in the previous 2 games scored 41 points. That game showed where the Toppers shine the most, on defense. 18 points allowed per game against a brutal schedule. Their line, which head coach Kevin Costabos says is their biggest strength, is led by senior defensive ends Minjun Kang and Aiden Ewing, along with tackles Ben Cohen and Anthony Trujillo. They've combined for 26 tackles for loss this year. The other huge story defensively is their linebacking core. Junior Gavin Schnall, senior Daniel Licciardi, and junior Matt McKeever, all among the team's top tacklers. And speaking of McKeever, he is your starting quarterback today, as he has been the past 3 games, after second stringer Alex Schwark went down with a shoulder injury, that coming after Cole Sable missed the entire season with an Achilles injury he suffered in lacrosse. McKeever's already gotten really comfortable in his role, putting the team on his back, as Costabos says, against Woodbridge. He's got 325 passing yards in 4 total games, 301 yards and 7 tutties on the ground. Schwark returned from injury last game, and even being in the huddle as a running back, he's actually a converted running back to quarterback, or at least was at the start of the year. He'll be looking to get back to his normal clip today, which includes 817 rushing yards on the year and 8.6 yard for rush. He had 56 yards, a season low last week against Woodbridge. Through the air, they'll be looking to go to Will Holmes, 23 yards per catch, 161 receiving yards this year, and a receiving touchdown. He's the senior. He's also a defensive back on defense. And then the other big wide receiver, Connor Goronski, benches 350, squats 250, has a 4.6 40 time. He's got 2 receiving touchdowns on the year along with 132 receiving yards. He also had a 95-yard kickoff return for a touchdown against Carteret earlier on in the year. Another guy on the ground you got to look out for is sophomore Cooper Smorgowicz. 347 rushing yards on the year and a rushing touchdown. And he's also the kicker after an injury to Jackson Marks in the preseason, their starting kicker. He's 11 for 12 on PATs, along with 2 of 3 on field goals in 2025. Now let's move over to Scotch Plains-Fanwood. They will be playing a consolation game next week against Delaware Valley on Thursday. But the Raiders are looking to play spoiler today because they know that they are better than what their record says. They've hung with a couple of teams this year, and Kevin Costabos understands that. Everybody can play in the United Gold Division, and head coach for the Raiders, Sean Johnson, is in the same mindset. He says, as for the last stretch of the season, we have tried to get them to value every moment that they have out on the field, especially the seniors in that case, because at some point it'll be over. If they can play hard and say at the end of the day that they worked together and battled, they have nothing to be disappointed about. And a huge plus for the Raiders today is the return of number 0, Callum Fines. He is a running back, wide receiver, and free safety who leads the team in yards per rush. He has the longest rush play of the year. He's got 4 rushing touchdowns. That also leads the team. 4 receiving touchdowns, 1 in each of his previous 4 games that he has played, and 2 two-point conversions, as you see the Summit Hilltoppers making their way out onto the field. To add more to that, he's got a block punt for a touchdown and a pick 6, both of them coming against Carteret. Coach Johnson says he's a great leader who sets an example for young players, and you don't want to coach against him. Their starting quarterback today will be Logan Weiss. He's got 881 passing yards on the year, 6 passing touchdowns, 6 interceptions thrown, though, this year. He's coming off a 9 for 14, 94-year passing yards performance last week in the Raiders' loss to Perth Amboy. Their starting wide receiver, Joey Reeves, a freshman, will miss today's game. He's the team's 3rd leading receiver. Instead, he will be replaced by number 23, Lorenzo Tedenegro, who has not seen any offensive action this year. On the ground, they'll be led by Gabe Gutierrez, 402 rushing yards on the year. He's got a rushing touchdown also to his name. He absorbs all that they give him and will do great things, according to Coach Johnson. He is a sophomore, along with 3 other players among those that will get time this afternoon. 11 seniors on the squad. However, the age does not mean experience. A lot of these kids, save for 3 of them, were not involved in varsity action, at least at a huge clip, in 2024. So really, this is their first and last year as starting varsity players for a lot of them, including guys like Jackson Murphy, their starting punter. You got Logan Weiss, of course, starting quarterback. Dan McCardle, who's the team's leading receiver at 336 yards this year. So this is a really make the most out of your opportunity team, as Coach Johnson alluded to. We are ready to go to the big S in the center of the field here for the coin toss. Before we get to that, I just want to inform you, this is Weatherman Ryan telling you that it is currently 56 degrees with mostly cloudy skies, and this game time temperature is brought to you by ICS, keeping you cool when it's hot and warm when it's cold. Go to ICSHVAC.com for all of your comfort needs. And you may take notice at the beginning of this broadcast that we had a little transition graphic for you, and it was pink in honor of breast cancer awareness. Join Big State Sports this October as we stand together in the fight against breast cancer, raising awareness, supporting survivors, and honoring the strength of every warrior. And the captains for each team going to midfield, get ready for the coin toss. We've seen in recent weeks a trend in which teams that win the coin toss will elect to receive the kickoff, which is really a phenomenon that started this year. I've been doing games for Big State Sports / More Sussex Sports for almost 10 years now, and really I haven't seen a lot of teams take the ball after winning the coin toss, so we'll see what happens here. As you see, one of the captains out there or a couple captains out there for Scotch Plains-Fanwood, Thomas Dowling, number 58, a leader on the defensive line for the Raiders, along with Paul Boyle, the team's leading tackler and tackler for loss. He's got 57 and 12 of those respectively this year. Also Callum Fines out there, we mentioned him. And for Summit, Connor Goronsky, along with Will Holmes, Alex Schwark, and Anthony Trujillo. And I think it was a little Callum Fine's changing his mind as to which side of the field they want to defend, as it will be Summit winning the coin toss, wow, and electing to receive. So the trend continues. Summit not playing down to their competition in terms of record, of course, at all today, looking to land a punch in the early goings of this game. We're going to take a quick pause here as we join the Summit Hilltopper Marching Band for the playing of our national anthem.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem by the Summit High School Marching Band. The band will be conducted by drum majors Bea Farrell and Caroline Willicka.
Great performance as always by the Summit Hilltopper Marching Band. Scotch Plains-Fanwood getting ready to come out on the field to boot this one away to the Summit Hilltoppers to start off this afternoon's game. Now, we mentioned at the top of the show that Summit currently is the number 2 seed in North 2 Group 4, looking like it's going to stay that way with both Old Tappan and West Morris last night picking up victories. However, their opponent it could be a little testy because Mendham last night, an upset loss against Randolph on the road, the biggest win this year for the Rams. That could put Mendham in trouble in terms of where they will play. They might get into the postseason, barring how all the other teams in that area of the UPR rankings do, but we'll end up seeing how that'll work out come Monday. Back to receive for Summit is Connor Goronsky and Gavin Schnall. Jackson Murphy is going to get ready to boot this one away, as I don't know if he didn't tee that one up well enough or the wind blew it. Either way, we try it again. This opening kickoff brought to you by Open Road Mazda of Morristown. First-time car buyers, listen up. Open Road Mazda of Morristown has your back. Discover affordable, dependable vehicles for less than $15,000. Rock-solid money-back guarantee after 5 days. Check our description for more information, as this kickoff is going to take a fortuitous bounce for Scotch Plains-Fanwood and go through the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Summit Hilltoppers to get the action started on this beautiful Saturday afternoon in Summit. Matt McKeever leading the team out. There you see 7 and then 12, Alex Schwark. He will be the bell cow back in the backfield. Looking to improve on his 56 yards last week in his return from a shoulder injury that took him out for 3 games. 3 wideouts in the game on 1st down and 10 from the 20. In the gun, it's going to be a give to Schwark. Trying to submarine his way through the offensive line, or defensive line, excuse me, and he's going to end up getting 2 or 3 yards on that play. And that will bring up 2nd down and 8. Alex Schwark, the heart of the team, as Kevin Constable says. When he speaks, everybody listens. And the thing that's good for him in terms of coming back to the field is that he doesn't have to worry about throwing the ball with McKeever taking the reins at quarterback, and that's going to make him a better runner as he returns to game action. 2nd down and 8. McKeever, play action, quick screen, almost intercepted. And are they going to say that's a live ball? They're going to say that that is a live ball. Is it? I'm not seeing any signal. I did not hear a whistle from the official. If it is, that'll end up being a touchdown for Callum Fines. And they're going to say, are they going to say a touchdown? We are still awaiting a signal. They are going to say incomplete. And I think they might have jinxed it a little bit with the PAT team coming out onto the field. So that was a certainly strange exchange. Did not hear any whistle on the field as the pass from Matt McKeever into the flat went, I guess, exactly horizontal. It was picked up by Callum Fines and returned presumably for a touchdown, according to Scotch Plains-Fanwood, but no, it'll end up being an incomplete pass. So that brings up 3rd down and 8. Very confusing stuff there, folks, as there's 2 wideouts on each side of the field. McKeever looking to throw for the first time. He's going deep over the middle of the field, and he throws it into double coverage. Incomplete. Pass was intended for Charlie Garvey and defended well there by number 24, Matthew Hayek, the sophomore safety. And here comes the punt unit out on the field for the Hilltoppers. So it all comes down to the wash in a certain way for Scotch Plains-Fanwood. They'll end up getting the ball after they will punt this one. Back deep to receive for Scotch Plains-Fanwood will be number 21, sophomore running back Gabe Gutierrez, and Goronsky will be back to punt this one away. Bit of a high snap, corrals it though. Nice boot, and that's a live football. That is a live football. Coming in at the end to touch it was Alex Chen, and that's going to end up being Summit football, yes, into Scotch Plains territory. I'm sorry, that was actually not Alex Chen touching it. That was number 15, Ryan McCann, the sophomore. And Summit taking advantage of the mistake in the coverage on the coverage team. But now there's an argument at the midfield as to whether it will end up being Summit football, as there's also a penalty flag on the field. So we'll check that to see if they'll take any yards away or add yards onto what's going to end up being great field position for the Hilltoppers after they almost had a blunder of their own early on in their first offensive possession. There was a dead ball foul on sportsmanlike conduct on Scotch Plains-Fanwood, so that will add 15 yards to the end of that play, making that one bad, taking that one from bad to worse for the Raiders. So we've seen a lot of wacky stuff, and it's already, and it's only a minute and 3 seconds into this game. You had what was originally thought to be a fumble recovery touchdown off of a lateral that wasn't supposed to be, picked up by Callum Fines. And then a couple plays later on the ensuing punt, Ryan McCann put his paws on the ball, resulting in Summit hopping on top of the football, and they have 1st down and 10 inside the 30-yard line as Alex Schwark has a nice run on 1st down. He'll get close to the markers inside the 20. And we'll see if they will give him a 1st down here. Sometimes it's hard to see. And nope, it'll be a yard short. And they'll start this 2nd down and 1 at their 24-yard line. Three wideouts in the game. The lone one at the top of your screen is Connor Goronsky. It'll be a design run here for McKeever. McKeever, oh, a beautiful stiff arm. He stays in bounds, trying to cut it up, and he will have a 1st down just near the 10-yard line. Let's see this thing again. The strength of the 6'2", 210 junior quarterback. No, sir, he says. Eventually being tackled by 3 or 4 Scotch Plains-Fanwood Raiders at the end of that play. A hard-nosed runner is he. He knew he could get extra yardage at the end of the play even after doing that stiff arm, which knocked the corner off of his feet. And And actually, they're going to say, excuse me, that he got brought down at the 16-yard line, so first down and 10 from there. Man in motion is Charlie Garvey, and he'll take it off the direct snap, and it will be a gain of a couple down to the 10-yard line. However, it is going to end up being there's going to be a penalty flag on the field. We'll see what this will do. And it's going to be a hold on Summit, which will push him back 10 yards. We are just about 3 minutes into this game here, 9:12 showing on the clock. Summit is 6-0 against Scotch Plains-Fanwood in Kevin Costabos' tenure. They won 44-7 last year, and the average score of games where Costabos coaches against the Raiders is 47-19. They've outscored the Raiders 108-20 over their last 3 meetings. Second down and 20. McKeever looking to throw, trying to escape the pressure, and he does. He's going to make it happen with his feet. He's got plenty of speed, and he'll have a first down right near the 5-yard line. Eventually tracked down and pushed out of bounds by Paul Boyle. But again, Matt McKeever, a huge first down run for the Hilltoppers. He escaped the sack there from Thomas Dowling and beating Andrew Lorenko. Actually, no, they're going to give him, it's going to be third down and very, 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 very short. And we are talking inches here. I thought he got the first down at the end. But this is probably going to be 4-down territory for the Hilltoppers anyway. Here's the give to Schwark, and he might not have gotten that. Nice job tackle at the legs there by Alex Chen. And it's going to be a loss there of a yard, so it'll be 4th down. And McKeever heading to the sideline. Looks like he's just going to wait for a call from Kevin Costabos. So it will be, as we expected, 4-down territory. And even though this is technically their second possession of the game, this is why you want to try to, enforce the tempo by receiving the opening kickoff. Fourth down and 3, they are going for it. McKeever is going to take it himself, and he might have gotten brought down before the markers, and it will be a turnover on downs for Summit. The gamble does not pay off, and the Raiders hold strong after the special teams blunder on the previous punt. Initial contact there made, I believe that was number 4 for the Raiders, Elijah Ali Akbar. So we will now see the Raiders offense out on the field for the first time today. We expected to see him out a little earlier than this. But a great job to respond to the muffed punt defensively, as Logan Weiss has his first offensive snap of the game with 3 wideouts in the game. Gutierrez is going to get wrapped up on the very first run of the game. I believe in there was number 5, Anthony Trujillo, who Coach Costabos says is one of the most dominant defensive linemen in the Big Central Conference. And it'll be 2nd down and 12 from the 9-yard line. And whoa, they saw something they did not like, and immediately Logan Weiss calling the team back into the huddle. And a timeout had to be called by Coach Sean Johnson. Sean Johnson in his 2nd year as head coach of Scotch Plains-Fanwood, a 5-12 record overall. An alum of SPF. He played running back, wide receiver, and defensive back for the Raiders and won a state title in 1990 as part of the scout team. And then afterwards, he studied at Union County College, was in the Army Reserves for 10 years, and was also in the Scotch Plains Police Department from 1998 to 2023, serving his last 3 years on the force as a sergeant. He's also the longtime president of the Scotch Plains PAL, coaching grades 4 through 8 in football and basketball since 1998. come out of the timeout. 2nd down and 12 from the 8. 3 wide outs to the bottom of the screen here for Weiss. Weiss under duress, gets it away. He's got Callum Fines. And Callum Fines is going to get it past the 15-yard line. It will be 3rd down and about 4 or 5 coming up here. Now, I'm trying, folks, to avoid to say 2 numbers today. Brian Scott, our producer, knows that, and many of you probably know it. If you are a child or you have kids, you know what numbers I'm talking about. So if a guy went for 6 yards, I'm just going to say he went for 6 yards. If a guy went for 7 yards, I'm going to say he went for 7 yards. No in between. Okay? I'm not going to get caught today. 2 wideout splits to each side here for Logan Weiss on 3rd down. Weiss, a high arcing ball that is way over the heads of his receivers. I believe that was intended for Yasir Oates. And that'll bring out the punt team for Scotch Plains-Fanwood. As the clock stops at 6:20 to go here in the opening quarter. And remember, last year, 44-7 was your final score. And Scotch Plains-Fanwood, especially, you know, we've seen many times this year, no matter how good or bad the records are, if a team gives up a blunder like that, like the muffed punt, they give up the touchdown afterwards. They, however, stood firm and held them, which, oh my goodness, what a punt here from Jackson Murphy. It was a rocket off the foot, had to get it away because of the pressure coming, and this one is going to go all the way to the 15-yard line. So let's see where he punted that one away from. He punted it from the 5, so 45. Let's do some quick math in my head. Plus 35. Is that an 80-yard punt? Oh my gosh. Jackson Murphy saw the pressure coming off the edge, got it away, and it was nowhere near where the returner could get to it. So he just let it go. So great job on special teams here for Scotch Plains-Fanwood. So they've seen the absolute highs and the absolute lows on that side of the ball so far today, as it'll be 1st down and 10 from the 15. Summit trying to get the first points on the board this afternoon. Man in motion there is Kieran Zuloff, and it will be McKeever keeping it. He's got speed down the right side or near side, and he'll get pushed out of bounds there by Fines. It'll be a gain of 15 and a 1st down for Summit near the 30-yard line. With the injuries to both Cole Sable and Alex Schwark, Coach Costabo says that the team is really playing, at least offensively, to McKeever's strengths. And it's worked out pretty good for them in the last couple of weeks. Not many points on the board. However, last week it was just enough to defeat Woodbridge, as this pass on 1st down is caught on the far side by Connor Goronsky. That'll be a gain of 3 or 4. Big ups to Connor Goronsky for being just a good human being. He is the vice president of Summit's Family Promise Club, which tutors low-income kids and raises money for the homeless. Upstanding young men, and we'll bring you stories of many young men that are going to be playing in this game today, because their stories deserve to be heard. It'll end up being 2nd down and 5, as you saw Charlie Garvey go in motion, and it'll be a handoff, and they're going to blow this thing up. Kieran Zuloff ended up taking the handoff, and 3 Raiders converge on him way behind the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 3rd down and 9. So the Hilltoppers looking to put up another good defensive stand here. But this time, if they force them to punt, will likely end up with way better field position than they started their first offensive drive with. Third down and 9. McKeever looking to air it out. It will be a screen to Schwark. Schwark makes a nice cut. Schwark is going to get close to a 1st down. Eventually brought down there by, I believe that was Paul Boyle and Matt Hayek. And we'll see what the marker will be. He got right to the sticks, and they're going to move the chains. It'll be a 1st down off the 3rd down screen for Summit. Big players make big plays. And that's what a leader like Alex Schwark does there, game in and game out. Came into today's game with just 12 receiving yards, all of which came in that game last week against Woodbridge, nearly matching that total on that one play. First down and 10, Zuloff in motion. And it's going to be a direct snap to the Wildcat quarterback, Schwark. And Schwark has some speed down the far side of the field. He's going to get a first down and way more. Stays on his feet inside the 30. He's going to make a cutting break, brought down finally inside the 20-yard line. What a run by Alex Schwark. And a nice block there thrown by McKeever. Hyatt couldn't get him. Neither could McCann. And finally, it is Tyler Doyle, the sophomore defensive back, bringing him down at the 19-yard line. They wanted to get the ball in his hands as much as they could today. And after a touchy last game in terms of yardage, Alex Schwark more than back here this afternoon. Now it's a design run here for McKeever. McKeever's going to hit a wall of Raiders. It'll be Doyle in there again. It's a nice little gain for the junior. Matt McKeever, also the middle linebacker, which is the quarterback of the defense. And understandably so, Coach Costabos saying that it's not ideal that your middle linebacker, the quarterback of the defense, and the quarterback of the offense are the same person, but he's making good with both of those roles. He tied for the team lead in tackles with 58. He also has an interception versus Morristown on the year. Second down and 5 from the 14, 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. McKeever throwing, and it's underthrown on the pass intended for Charlie Garvey. Now bring up third down and 5. And that was, and on the coverage there was Matt Hayek. And that brings up third down and 5. What a stand this would be. I mean, they responded after the muffed punt. Have a chance here to respond after the huge run by Schwark. Two wide receivers split to each side on third down for McKeever. He's going to run it, makes a cut. He's going to have a first down and more all the way into the end zone for the touchdown. A 14-yard scamper for Matt McKeever, and the Hilltoppers are on the board. Got out of the way of Doyle, got a nice block from his offensive lineman, and it was smooth sailing from there for Matt McKeever. That is his 8th rushing touchdown on the year, adding to the team lead. And out to attempt the PAT will be Cooper Schmorgowitz, the sophomore kicker, kicked at the freshman level, being called upon this year due to injuries to kick. He's 11 for 12 on PATs on the year. The holder will be Cole Cowden. The kick is up, and it is good. 7-0 Summit with 2:15 remaining in the opening quarter of action here live on Big State Sports. Summit looking to win the United Gold Division title with an unbeaten in-division season. They're going to take a quick break before the kickoff, and we're going to take a quick break ourselves. We will be right back.
Recreation is now registering full and half-day golf camps. Anchor Golf Day Camps are designed to teach children fundamentals of golf. To register your child for golf camp, go online and click the registration tab at anchorgolfcenter.com. Anchor now has 4 dedicated outdoor lighted pickleball courts. Call to reserve your court today. Check out Anchor's 18-hole miniature golf course with new features. It's fun for the whole family. Anchor Golf and Recreation offers so much more. Call or see us at Anchor Golf.
To return for SPF number 3, Dan McArdle, and number 21, Gabe Gutierrez.
Welcome back to Big State Sports. Summit with a 7-0 lead over Scotch Plains-Fanwood as Corporal Smorgowitz getting ready to boot this one away. Back deep to receive for the Raiders, Dan McArdle and Gabe Gutierrez. It'll be McArdle receiving it at his 9-yard line. And a nice open field tackle on the return by Jake Reimold, the senior. And that's going to be 1st and 10 Raiders at the 20-yard line as Jake Reimold, the heady 5'11", 155 strong safety. Taking the lead there and making the nice stop, and McCardle has the speed. They try to get him the ball as much as he can, so if he got the edge there, who knows where he could have taken it. But getting him at the legs was Reimold, and the Raiders will start this drive at their own 20-yard line with 2:08 remaining in the opening frame. It'll be a draw here to Gutierrez, and Gutierrez gets wrestled down to the ground. In on the stop there was Anthony Trujillo, along with Aiden Ewing. Two of the anchors of this senior-led defensive line for the Hilltoppers. And that will bring up 2nd down and 12 at the 18 as you hear the parents down here. I will say a lot of the fans here today, there's a little student section over there. Nice, they're filling that one in nicely. They have their own separate set of bleachers just down to the right of us. But a lot of the crowd, at least in this middle part of the bleachers, are senior parents. And boy, oh boy, you think Monument Park has too many retired numbers. You look to our left. We'll point it out when the team goes to the left side of the field. But there are plenty of senior numbers on that fence as Callum Fines takes the handoff here, and the whole pretty much defense of Summit forces him back. See what forward progress is going to end up getting him. Either way, it'll be 3rd down and long for the Raiders.
Of about 2 on the play, back to about the original line of scrimmage.
And yes, it will end up being a 2-yard gain there. 3rd down and 10 coming up here from the 20. So at least in terms of the kids that are going to see action today alone, that we know are going to see the field, 15 seniors. There are not 15 seniors numbers hanging on that fence to our left. 40 seconds left on 3rd down. High snap corralled here by Weiss, and Weiss falls down as he tried to cut the ball upfield, and it'll end up being 4th down. Here comes the punt unit for Scotch Plains-Fanwood. He had some space, so who knows what he would have done had he gotten that space. But he was behind the line of scrimmage, so right back to where they were a couple plays ago. It'll be 4th down and 13, and don't know if they're going to even run a play here, as back deep to receive is Jake Reimold. And this will be the final play of the opening quarter as Jackson Murphy, another huge boot, is going to go over the head of Reimold, and he's going to end up picking it up at the 30-yard line, and he's going to end up getting it up to his own 45. However, a flag came in at the end of the play. We'll check that, see what that does to this return. That brings us, though, to the end of the first quarter. We're going to keep it here as we wait for the penalty flag, but 7-0 Summit is your score. Those 7 coming off of the 14-yard run by Matt McKeever and the PAT by Cooper Smorgowitz, and the officials having a conversation at midfield, and we'll see if this ends up taking yards away or adding yards on to the 15-yard return by Jake Reimold. A daring one at that, as that ball was bouncing a bunch. Very unpredictable spheroid is that pigskin. And by the looks of it, it will be a penalty on Summit, as we are still awaiting official signal from the officials, and they're having a discussion right now with Kevin Costabos. So here we go. And the penalty will be on Summit. So wipe the 15-yard return by Reimold off the board, as they're going to flip the field.
Penalty on the previous play is called against the Hilltoppers.
And we'll see, we'll end up spotting him. They're just going to spot him back at the original spot at which he received the ball, which is at the 30. So I believe what the call was that he fair caught the ball. Yeah, he did fair catch the ball before he ended up picking it up. So the violation there is that he just has to have the ball spotted at the original spot in which he possessed the ball, which is at the 30-yard line. Or I am all sorts of confused. Okay, so it's going to be a 5-yard penalty for the attempting to return the ball after the fair catch. So it will be first down, and I'm not sure how many yards to go. I believe it's going to be, I mean, the chain gang has not moved on the opposite side of the field, so there's still a waiting as to, we know it's first down and what the distance will be. The first down marker is currently at the 45-yard line, and now they're moving it back. So it will be first down and 10 at the 25. Pay attention, we're having a short quiz next period. First play of the drive, McKeever looking to throw on a slant. He's got his man. That's Will Holmes, the leading receiver, and he's got a first down past the 45-yard line. I guess that's what they were shooting for after all. Will Holmes with a nice catch and run. Biggest pass completion of the game for McKeever. Finds his leading receiver, Holmes. He had 7 receptions coming into today, but 23 yards a catch. That is something. First down and 10 from the 45. Hilltop is starting the drive hot. It'll be a direct snap here to Schwark. Schwark got a block, and he's going to try to make a cut. He does successfully. Inside the 30 he goes. Another huge run off a Wildcat snap for Alex Schwark, eventually brought down by Alex Chen at the end of the play. But Schwark making good on his first fully healthy game back at the running back position. And Summit in good position here to make this thing a 2-possession game as we just played the first minute of the second quarter with 10:55 and counting left to go until halftime. Again, we'd like to thank some of our sponsors for helping us bring this game today. Of course, we got ICS, Mandelbaum Barrett, Oliver Brown & Sons, Salerno Dwayne, Tito's Burritos of Summit, and Tony Dom's Fried Chicken. The man in motion is Kieran Zuloff. And it's going to be a handoff here to Charlie Garvey, who came from the opposite side, and he gets stood up by 3 or 4 Raiders. It'll be a loss on the play. It'll be second down and long upcoming. And we mentioned Tony Dom's Fried Chicken. Fun fact, the Tony in Tony Dom's is actually Antonio Trujillo. Or I'm sorry, I called him Antonio. Maybe that's what his name would have been if the parents went with the traditional Spanish. But Anthony Trujillo is the Tony in Tony Dom's Fried Chicken, as his father is the owner of the establishment. They faked the previous play that they went for, and it ends up going to be a throw to the end zone, and it's caught by Will Holmes, wide open. McKeever to Holmes. Touchdown Summit. They go up 13-0. As I tried to say, Charlie Garvey came from the other side, tried to go for the previous play that didn't work out. Instead, they go to the air, and he finds a wide open Will Holmes for the touchdown. That puts Summit up 13-0, and out comes Cooper Smorgowitz trying to make it a 14-0 game and go 13 for 14 on the year on PATs. Really, this spark offensively was started on their last offensive drive, as this is going to be a kick from the lefty, Cooper Smorgowitz. That is up and good to make it 14-0 in favor of Summit with 9:49 to go. On the previous offensive drive for Summit, before this one, the thing that set up the touchdown run from Matt McKeever was the long run off a Wildcat snap by Alex Schwark. And who's to say that wasn't the spark that led this offense to go 2 for 2 in touchdown drives after that play. And hey, an Alex Schwark Wildcat snap is what set them up to get in the position to make the 30-yard touchdown pass that went from McKeever to Holmes. Holmes, that is his second receiving touchdown of the year, and just the second passing touchdown of the year by Matt McKeever in the handful of games that he has played at the quarterback position. Smorgowitz getting ready to kick this one away. It'll be Yasir Oates and Gabe Gutierrez back deep to receive for the Raiders. And Puts the boot to the ball there, and it'll be Oates near his own goal line. A nice catch on the reception there, and he's got some nice speed out past the 25-yard line. Brought down eventually there by Max Zucker, and if you recognize that last name, that is because his father, Adam Zucker, is the in-studio host for CBS's college football national coverage. An alum himself of Mountain Lakes High School. He actually got inducted a few years ago into the Mountain Lakes High School Hall of Fame. So I know he has probably a busy day today, but shout out to Adam Zucker if he happens to be watching this game this afternoon. We'll sneak in a peek probably on his phone at the desk. Adam Weiss out on the field trying to help his offense respond. Down 14-0 in the second quarter. Weiss got his pass batted in the air. It's suspended, and it'll be batted back down there by Weiss. Not taking any chances there, as in on the tip was Ben Cohen, the senior defensive tackle. That brings up second down and 10 from the 22. I'm seeing some jerseys in the crowd today that have the names on the back of the jerseys. I find that interesting. The parents have their kids' jerseys with their names on the back, but the kids playing don't. I wonder. Well, in any case, trips at the bottom of the screen here for Logan Weiss on second down and 10. Weiss looking to set up a screen. That ball's batted in the air again and intercepted. Min Jun Kang, pick six. Getting his paws on it was Ben Cohen again. Min Jun Kang in the right place at the right time. And a pick six, the second of the year as a team for the Hilltoppers, and that is his first touchdown of his varsity career on senior day. What a moment for Min Jun. As with 9:25 to go in the half, as the crowd is chanting his name, Cooper Smorgowicz gonna attempt the PAT to try to add an extra point onto that touchdown for Kang. He's a beast, I heard somebody say. I know I like that. Normally we like tell the parents that our mic is right next to them, so maybe keep quiet, but I'm liking the commentary from the parents here today. Nothing incendiary, nothing but support from the Hilltopper faithful as this PAT is up and good for Smorgowicz. He's perfect 3 for 3 on the afternoon as it is 21-0 Summit. And just as a footnote here, not saying that we're close to that, but last year we were under this scenario for this game. Any point in the second quarter, or sorry, in the second half, that a team goes up by 33 points, it will be a running clock for the remainder of the game. Clock only stopping for penalty scores, injuries, and timeouts by any of the head coaches or by the officials, of course. After a wacky couple of possessions for both sides to start the game, Summit taking advantage, both offensively and, as you saw on that last possession, defensively, with the pick six by Min Jun Kang. As these cheerleaders doing plenty of jumping jacks, they do the amount that the score is after each score. So they're now doing 21 as Cooper Smorgowicz boots it away, and it'll be Yasir Oates receiving it, and received it a bit shallow, and it'll be out to about the 35-yard line as he runs out of bounds on the far side of the field. Gotta say, nice crowd on the opposite side here for Scotch Plains-Fanwood. And why not? Why not get out today? An absolutely gorgeous fall afternoon. Even though fall started on September 21st, really just making its presence known in the last 2 weeks, just in time for winter to come in just under 2 months. Yeah, you win some, you lose some. Weiss on first down and 10. Going to be a give here to Gutierrez, who gets swallowed up in the backfield. Ben Cohen in there, along with Aiden Ewing. Cohen can't stop making big plays defensively. Had the tip that led to the pick six, and then assisting on the tackle for loss there. With forward progress, they're going to end up making it a 2nd down and 12 for Scotch Plains-Fanwood here. Gabe Gutierrez, I'll tell you, we're seeing this. I know a lot of things that are happening in high school football in terms of trends. One of those trends is the fact that Gabe Gutierrez is 5'4", and he is the starting running back. However, lining up at back on this play was Yasir Oates. Yasir Oates was the intended receiver on that play. As lining up in the backfield on that play for Scotch Plains-Fanwood was Chris Hawkins. In any case, an incomplete pass, 3rd down and 12 upcoming for the Raiders. Gutierrez, 5'4", and according to the weight that's on the roster, 145 pounds. Still 402 rushing yards on the year through 7 previously played games. A scrappy young guy that no doubt Coach Johnson is excited to see in the next 2 years. It is quickly 3rd down and long here from the 29-yard line for Scotch Plains-Fanwood. Hawkins moves up to the H-back position. Design roll to his left here for Logan Weiss, looking to throw on the run. Got drilled on the play there by Matt McKeever, making impact plays on offense and defense. No flag thrown for roughing. It'll be 4th down and 12. Here comes the punt unit for the Raiders. A brutal hit as he got the ball away there by McKeever. And, okay, I thought that was sarcastic. I don't know if you heard that. The parents said, how about that sportsmanship? I was like, what happened out there? No, McKeever just went over to Logan Weiss, helped him up after the play. That was good sportsmanship on the part of McKeever. Jackson Murphy looking to add another big boot to his name today, as back deep to receive will be Jake Reimold. This is the shortest out of his punts today. They're going to let this one bounce, and Summit's going to start in Scotch Plains-Fanwood territory at about the 47.
At the 47-yard line of the Raiders, 1st and 10, Summit.
Big reason why a lot of these runs are happening for Summit this afternoon, the big ones, of course, coming from Schwark and McKeever, is the offensive line. And Coach Costabos says that the biggest thing is that those 5 guys have done a great job of meshing together and taking care of the rotational guys in the backfield, which was the case for a majority of the games this year. They've been getting better every week, especially with their physicality that they showed last week, especially against Woodbridge. And here's a run here for number 33, Cooper Smorgowitz, his first rush of the game. And it'll be a 1st down for Summit at the 35-yard line. Incredibly quick there on the run there by Cooper Smorgowitz. Got shot out of a cannon, as they're going to mark him down at the 36 with 7:50 and counting to go in the first half. Here at the beautiful Tetlock Park, overlooking this nice foliage here. We are at peak foliage in this part of the state of New Jersey. As on 1st down, it'll be a give here to Smorgowitz again, and he'll have a gain of a couple there. It'll be a 3-yard gain. And it is worth noting that at this moment, I do not see Alex Schwark on the field. Trying to filter my way down the sidelines to see if he's on the sideline, but I think he may be just in front of a couple of guys that are the big bodies, as it's going to be play action here from McKeever, looking to throw. He finds his man, Charlie Garvey. He's got it inside the 10, reaching for the pylon, and it'll be out of bounds right at the 1-yard line, brought down at the end of the play by Matthew Hayek, as again, the play action toss to the far side works in a huge way. 1st down and goal from the 1 upcoming for the Hilltoppers. You see McKeever running back out onto the field there, along with Daniel Licciardi. Daniel Licciardi, 5'10", 200 pounds, a linebacker, tied for the team lead in tackles coming into today. He has been used as a short yardage back at some points this year, and he is the running back on this play. It's going to be a direct snap to him. Does he get in? Yes, he does. Touchdown, Summit. And that is his first touchdown of his career. 112 rushing yards on the year coming into today. No touchdowns to his name in 2025 or any previous year. And he comes through to make it 27-0 Hilltoppers midway through the fourth quarter. Alex Schwark was back on the field for that play. Did not touch the ball, of course, so good to see that he's not hurt. But Smorgowitz, Alex Schwark celebrating on the sideline. I don't know if you saw that as Smorgowitz puts this one through. 4 for 4 today. And that actually is his season and career high in PATs made. He was 3 for 3 twice this year, now 4 for 4, all in the first half. As we're going to take a quick break before the kickoff. We'll be right back live on Big State Sports. Welcome back to Big State Sports coverage of this BCC United Gold matchup between Summit and Scotch Plains-Fanwood. Summit, a huge 28-0 lead as the cheerleaders doing 28 jumping jacks. A lot less physically demanding than what Mount Olive did I don't know if they still do it, but a couple years ago, Mount Olive put, I believe, 60 points on High Point. And I was wondering, and they had to do push-ups after every touchdown to the amount of points the team scored. And they still do it, Brian? Okay, and in the fourth quarter, they resorted to just going 5-10, 15-20. So that's good on them for that, as the kickoff from Smorgowitz received by Yasir Oates, and Oates is going to have it past the 20-yard line and runs into a rugby scrum, trying to push it as best as he can. It'll end up being stopped at about the 24.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like to also welcome back, especially the 2009 State Championship Summit football team.
A shout out here from the PA announcer, the 2009 Summit football team here this afternoon. Back for a little reunion. One of the 16 times sectional champions that have come to Summit. 27, 54, 59, 62, 63, 72, 73, 76, 80, 88, 93, 94, 09, 12, 13, and 18. Again, there will be a test next period. First down and 10 here for Logan Weiss. Throwing on a curl route, broken up on the pass intended for Callum Fines by Jake Reimold. So many pass breakups in this defense today.
Correction, second down and 10 Raiders.
Add another one to the list off the palms of Reimold. Quarterback of the secondary takes a lot of pride in that role, says Kevin Costabost. Reimold also a great lacrosse player for the Hilltoppers. He's going to Sacred Heart this fall, or next fall. Anyways, second down and 10. Weiss looking to throw again. Almost got brought down, gets away from the sack. Throwing on the run. This one is a ball that goes way up in the air, and that's going to end up being maybe pass interference at the end of the play. I'm not sure. But down the field, it was intended for Yasir Oates. They might get Matt Ross off at the end of the play for something that's yet to be seen. Ball hung in the air for a long, long, long time. And there was a penalty flag thrown at the end, as it will be pass interference. I believe that was on Matt Rossoff. And that'll give the Raiders 15 yards from the original spot of the play. Lucky this is not the NFL, or else that would have been a rough go for them on that one. So it's first down and 10 at the 40 now. Some shift there on the offensive line, and it's going to be Gabe Gutierrez off the take. Gutierrez runs into two Hilltoppers after a gain of 3 or 4 up near the 45. We're under 5.5 minutes to go here in the opening half of things here.
Official spot is a gain of 4 yards, 2nd and 6.
4 yards is going to be the official spot. And it's 2nd down and 6. 2 wideouts in the game at the top of the screen for Logan Weiss. They give it to Gutierrez once again, and Gutierrez goes down.
Gutierrez on the carry.
Trying to get as many yards as he could sprawling out. It's going to be 3rd down and manageable coming up for the Raiders. I think I saw his shoulder pad pop out of his jersey, and yes, there it is.
Gain of 2 on the play.
As he's going to try and fix it. It's nice to have friends to help out. There you go. We'd hate to see an equipment violation penalty as other sports in high school do. 3rd down and 4 with 4 minutes and 30 seconds and counting left to go in the opening half. Motion there went Paul Boyle. Deep drop here for Weiss. Going deep. He's got Yasir Oates down the field, and he caught it. How about that from Oates inside the 20-yard line? Beating Connor Goronsky in coverage. Every time he's caught the ball this year, Oates has made good with it with huge gains. Does so here once again. And sets up the Raiders nicely to cut into this lead in the late goings of this 2nd quarter. This is the deepest they've been in Summit territory this afternoon. As you saw, Yasir Oates going in motion, and Logan Weiss giving him a high five as he went to the far side of the field. Here is Gabe Gutierrez on 1st down. He's going to angle out of bounds. 2 or 3 yards on the ground there. Wonderful placement on that ball also from Logan Weiss. Again, did not play quarterback last year, did not play much at all last year, period, for varsity. And here he is now. He's almost at 1,000 yards on the year, and likely in the consolation game against Del Valle next week, he will eclipse that mark and will end up being his final season as a Raider. 2 wideouts at the bottom of the screen. It's going to be Callum Fines and Yasir Oates. They don't go to either of them. It's Gutierrez again on the ground, wrapped up there. Initial contact made by Gavin Schnall. I believe the play ended up getting finished off there by Minjun Kang. Yep, the guy who had the pick 6 earlier to make it 21-0. And that brings up 3rd down and 10. So just as quickly as they got down inside the 20 in the red zone, it's going to be a 3rd down and 10. This is no doubt 4-down territory here, so we'll see if they try to go for the 1st down or just get close to the sticks. Weiss looking to throw, and no one was in the area. I believe the pass was intended for Callum Fines, but he couldn't get over to the ball in time. It'll be 4th down and 10 from the 18, and we'll see what the Raiders elect to do here. As from here, it would be a 35-yard field goal for Andrew Lorenko, who has attempted 3 on the year, made 1 of them, his long being 25. And they are going to go for it. 4th down and 10. Summit looking to make a huge stand to keep this thing in a shutout. With 3:06 to go in the half. Weiss looking to throw. Back corner of the end zone intended for Oates. Actually, it ended up being short, but out of bounds after receiving the ball there was Callan Fines, and he's down on the field right now. And we're going to take a break here on Big State Sports. We'll be right back as they tend to the Star.
Transform your outdoor space with expert landscaping, hardscaping, and seasonal services from Q&S Landscape Contracting. Serving residential and commercial clients with over 25 years of experience. Call us today at 908-296-0008 or visit qnsnj.com to get started.
Provide your team or athlete with quality trophies, medals, plaques, and awards with Performance Trophy and Medals of Randolph. Call us today at 973-989-8775.
For years, it had been the same routine, working all night. Ah, those beautiful faces. I wanted more, for me, for them, for our futures. There was this day that something changed, a simple moment of dress-up. It opened my eyes.
Take charge of your future and go big at CCM.
Welcome back to Big State Sports, ladies and gentlemen. Callum Fines okay after the play. He landed on the track. Just got the wind knocked out of him there. He's fine, walking off the field on his own power. That pass from Logan Weiss on the 4th down and 10 looked like he was trying to go to Yasir Oates, but it got suspended in the air, went short, and Callum Fines tried to make what he could out of it. However, it was out of bounds. He did make an acrobatic effort to bring the ball in. Just too far out of bounds for it to count, so it'll be a turnover on downs with 2:58 to go in the half. And Summit up 28-0. I mean, you talk about a leader that sets an example for young players, putting his body on the line to get points on the board in a game that they're down 28 in. They're not going to make the playoffs. I mean, that shows you the type of player that Callum Fines is, as he's going to be off the field for a couple plays at least on defense. As starting on offense here is Matt McKeever trying to set up a screen for Cooper Smorgowitz, and this is going to end up being a first down for him, and more than that, he got a block. He's got some speed and space down the far side, past midfield, past the 40. He's still on his feet, finally brought down at the end of the play by Matt Hayek at the 25-yard line. Wildcat snaps and screens. That is where the big plays have come offensively for Summit. Once again here, excuse me, that was actually at the end of the play. Bringing him down was number 15, Ryan McCann. But either way, this is going to be brought back. How about that? And it's going to be a holding penalty. So it's going to be a 10-yard penalty, repeat. First down. It was holding in the backfield. So that is where they'll end up placing line of scrimmage on this play. I mean, either way, nice play by Cooper Smorgowitz, whether it counted or not. So make it first down in about 13 as the clock continues to tick down inside 2.5 minutes of the second quarter. Four wideouts in the game, 2 to each side for McKeever. It's going to be a direct snap to Schwark. And Schwark is going to get brought down by 3 Raiders at the end of the play. Got it past the original line of scrimmage. And actually he got 7. One of those optical illusions where it looked like he got a lot less, but second and 6 will be the spot here on this one. Will end up being the 3rd play of this drive, under 1:45 now to go. We'll see how aggressive the Hilltoppers will get, as if they score a touchdown on this drive, it'll be a running clock for the remainder of the second quarter, and for the rest of the game this afternoon. McKeever looking to throw. He's got Will Holmes for a first down on a slant. Past the 35-yard line. Had the touchdown reception earlier, and his previous 2 receptions were on slants that have each gone for first downs, including that one. And with about 60 seconds to go in the half, Summit has the ball, first down and 10 at the 36. See what they will elect to do. Looking to throw again. Here is McKeever. McKeever looking deep over the middle of the field, overthrown and intercepted. Ryan McCann, the sophomore corner, with a nice play and a nice way to bring the ball into his chest, and it'll be Scotch Plains-Fanwood ball, overthrowing his intended target, Charlie Garvey. As the clock stops at 53.5 seconds, McKeever, that's his 2nd interception thrown so far this year. And they were going to get as aggressive as possible on that drive, but ended up not paying off. So now we'll see how aggressive Scotch Plains decides to get on this one.
Summit Middle School and Summit High School.
As the waiting for an official spot, and they'll put it at the 31. So that's where Weiss is going to start out with 53.5 seconds to go and 2 timeouts to work with for Scotch Plains-Fanwood. He's got Callum Fines back out on the field. Got it in the flat, brought down by Gavin Schnall. Modest gain there. That's a pretty good gain. It's going to be 3 yards short of the first down, so a 7-yard gain. Second down and 3, 36 seconds to go and counting. Again, still 2 timeouts for the Raiders. Weiss going to throw again on the run. High arcing pass intended for Fines, and he almost brought it in with one hand at the 32-yard line. Defended there by Reimold. Clock stops at 23 seconds. 3rd down and 3. In case you are any Rutgers fans, it is currently 17-14. Purdue with the lead with about 7.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Meanwhile here, 28-0, and Scotch Plains-Fanwood looking to put some sort of points on the board as we head into halftime. And being brought down with a sack there, and I believe that was Ben Cohen. Yes, they're going to give Ben Cohen the credit on that sack, and looks like that's going to bring us to the end of the first half of play here at Tatlock Field. We're going to try to get that replay of that sack here from our producer Brian Scott, and here we go. As the clock goes to triple zeros, 28-0 will be the score in favor of Summit at the end of the half. And you know what? I think that was Trujillo who ended up bringing him down. But Trujillo, being the nice guy that he is, he decided to point to Ben Cohen as getting the credit, as he was the one who helped him bring down the quarterback, Logan Weiss. So you love that from the kids out there. Unselfish group, as Kevin Costabos emphasized to me time and time again in our conversation that we had earlier on in the week. Well, we're going to take a break here on Big State Sports. 28-0 in favor of Summit is your score at the half at Tatlock Field. Enjoy the halftime performances. Until then, I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back.
This is Zach Smolin, play-by-play commentator, and you're staying frosty for free right here on Big State Sports.
Got the new iPhone 17 Pro, and Verizon picked up the tab.
No way.
It's me. Handsome and hilarious. It's a rare combo.
New and existing customers can get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us, on the best 5G network.
I mean, where else would I get it, right?
Go ahead.
On the varsity squad this year are Lucinda Avila, Sierra Christian, Reese Donnelly, Bella Ellison, Claire Harvey, London Jackson, Lycia Macaya, Maile Marzaliego Hernandez, Ariel Miles Sober, Melissa Savage, and Bella Wilkerson, varsity captains. All the seniors, Alina Bertolona and Caitlin Rodriguez, your junior varsity squad. And Grace Block, Sora Connell, Anna Estrada, Genesis Guzman Reyes, Alyssa Hamilton, Maddie Owens, and Ashley Sutton. And now, without further delay, the Summit High School cheerleaders.
But not stripping or anything like that. Is it as big in Ireland as it is in England? Rugby? Oh yeah.
Well, not as many people playing, but we're
into it.
Well, oh yeah, everybody's into it, but we're ranked higher than anyone. We were last year. We were ranked number 1 in the world. So we always strong from the World Cup. Get to the quarterfinal and.
Ladies and gentlemen, your halftime entertainment will continue with the pride of Summit, the Summit High School Marching Band.
No, I gotta stay in the wharf, baby. What are you, crazy?
The band
Why'd your dad
is
come
under
too?
the field leadership
He might come up.
of drum majors Dia Farrell and Caroline Willicka, woodwind captains Caroline Gale and Luka Milinkovic, and brass captains Novella Williams and Andy Calaveras. Today, the band will be performing their halftime show, Fall Classics, featuring Ghostbusters, The Time Warp with SHS cheerleaders, and Frankenstein. The Summit Music Department boasts a strong tradition of musical excellence, with performances at music festivals throughout the country and selections of students for Regents, All-State, and National ensembles. The band has performed at Disney Springs, Boston Symphony Hall, and Carnegie Hall. Please sit back and enjoy the show.
Hey, Heather. Good to see you down there. How are you? He's good. He's good. Yeah. Oh, you saw him at your house, or? Oh, good. He didn't put him on a booster seat, did he? Good, yeah. Robert is at Oscar's game.
I'm gonna go. Where are we going with Halloween? Rutgers. Yeah. Rutgers, yeah.
I did a lot of work travel, so I just wanted to stay put.
Well, my fake is actually
Like 3 hours one way is too long.
You don't have a fake?
I do, but like I can't. They don't let me. There's like bars and that's fun. I like them. The good ones are the ones that don't.
Oh, we'll get into the good ones. We're gonna get into the good ones, yeah?
Thursday night? Do I look like I'm garage doors?
Well, I have room in the garage, but then when we start to there's no room for other
Let's see what he's never had a set position or anything, right? He always played for someone who got injured. So I'm sure he'll play something.
Did you go to the house?
What?
Did you go to our house?
Oh yeah, I ate dinner there once. Yes, yeah, he's
You're
there.
cool.
He's there.
Yeah, I had a time. Yeah. Yeah. Really cool. Going to New York. I figured we'd just see you on the
They
couch.
were leaving.
out there.
I should have gone to bed earlier. I was in Germany. Robert was there at the game. Oh, you mean the oh, yes. Oh, I thought you were talking about him.
I think we're going to a party.
Oh my god.
Probably not on
It was like the last 2 minutes.
On the actual day of Halloween, we ordered pizza. I took off on it. We just leave the bowl outside. I'm too lazy to get up in the house. Take it all, it's gone.
No, he does the punting.
That's it. That's it.
That's when Oscar got, what's it called? He was
My first time ever seeing a halftime performance.
defensive centennial player of the year. He had an interception against Dickinson and Coastal Fennel, and both were meant to FNL scoring. And it was his birthday, so he was extra happy. What?
Chicken, man. Chicken. Biscuits.
How's it going?
Phoenix on the 25th.
Oh, yeah. Is that where he goes to school?
No, he's not. He's working for SpaceX.
Because they actually. Where are they?
I do have to admit.
Where in California? They like hand out fans. The stuff is pretty awful. They have alcohol instant and the water is
Players gotta play. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, nice, huh? That's some clean, fresh air at the perfect temperature.
That is good. Who installed the system?
ICS. They're the leaders in HVAC. They make the ductwork at their own factory, so we even save some money.
That's impressive. You recommend them?
It's ICS for HVAC.
I see why.
Hey, Lorraine, go get a big plastic bag. Take some air home with you.
Hi, I'm Barry Farber, and I'm so excited to bring you the new special edition hardcover copy of The Adventures of Little Billy in Search of the Magic Tree. Scan the code below and learn more about that adventure.
This is Christian Copeland, broadcaster for Big State Sports, and you're watching high school football right here on YouTube.
KJM Financial, helping families navigate the college application and financial aid process since 1988. Visit njcollegeguy.com to schedule your free consultation today.
Transform your outdoor space with expert landscaping, hardscaping, and seasonal services from Q&S Landscape Contracting. Serving residential and commercial clients with over 25 years of experience. Call us today at 908-296-0008 or visit qnsnj.com to get started.
David Hashagen here from Big State Sports. You're watching free coverage of the best high school athletes across the Garden State.
What separates Open Road Chevy is that we do our best to make the purchase experience a painless process from start to finish.
Don't miss amazing offers right now like the new 2025 Chevrolet Trax, starting at $279 a month.
At Open Road Chevy, you're never far away from a great deal.
Here at Open Road Mazda of Morristown, we strive to provide a stress-free, knowledgeable, positive buying experience. No matter your budget, we'll find the right car for you.
Drive home the 2025 Mazda CX-50 for just $229 a month.
Check us out for yourself.
Pick Your Cards is located on Route 46 in Ledgewood. Our huge inventory can be shopped online at pickyourcards.com, where you can use the code Big State Sports for an extra discount.
Blue Nail was superior in almost every aspect. We worked with contractors for almost everything in the firehouse, and Blue Nail really made us feel comfortable all the way through, from the contract to pre-planning to scheduling, getting the job done. We are thrilled that they were able to do the job for us.
Green Home Solutions is a huge supporter of Big State Sports and the New Jersey high school student athletes.
Hi, my name is Andrew Shaka. I'm one of the owners here at New Jersey Siding and Windows. We are a family-owned residential remodel-owned firm. Everything we offer here is quality and comes with great warranties. If it's a residential home, there's no home too big for us to work on.
Struggling with confidence, inconsistency, and playing scared? Learn how to unlock your potential and perform at your best when it matters the most with Top Mental Game. Your talent sets the floor. Your mindset sets the ceiling. When the moment comes, will you be ready?
Athletic Fields of America, a Tenkata company based in Morris Plains, New Jersey, is dedicated to enhancing the athletic experience for students, faculty, and visitors by transforming sports facilities into premier venues for competitive and recreational activities. We've installed over 1,000 fields, and we continue to focus on innovation and excellence. We partner with our clients to revitalize their existing athletic fields and create new ones from the ground up through meticulous planning, state-of-the-art materials, and expert craftsmanship. Whether it's a professional stadium or a community field, we are building healthier, more beautiful communities and delivering surfaces that perform, last, and support vibrant, active lives. Learn how we can take your sports facility to the next level by visiting afoa.us.
This is
Welcome back to Tatlock Park in Summit. The Hilltoppers at 6-2 with a 28-0 lead over Scotch Plains-Fanwood at 2-5 at the half here live on Big State Sports. Ryan Sudol here. Our camera person up top, Jagger, and our producer, Brian, here. And we'd like to thank the following sponsors for helping us bring you this game on this beautiful fall afternoon. We are inside the Mandelbaum Barrett press box, and since 1930, Mandelbaum Barrett PC has been a trusted legal partner for all of life's biggest plays. From business deals to personal matters, their experienced attorneys provide hands-on attention and innovative solution. For nearly a century, they've built enduring relationships across diverse industries. Wherever you are, whatever your legal need, whether it's personal or professional, Mandelbaum Barrett PC is on your team. Learn more at mblawfirm.com. Oliver Brown and Sons, lighting up your life with energy-efficient LED lighting and custom electrical upgrades. You don't want your electrical circuiting. That's why you call Oliver Brown and Sons. They take care of all those loose outlets, your bathroom, your kitchen, GEFCI receptacles that keep tripping. They can take care of it all at Oliver Brown and Sons. Check out Oliver Brown and Sons in Summit or at obrownelectric.com and call 908-553-3043. Salerno Dwayne, proudly serving the Summit community for decades with a commitment to honesty, value, and exceptional service. Their value-driven approach means they respect your time, trust, and experience every step of the way. Visit them at 245 Broad Street in Summit for Ford or 267 Broad Street for Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, where great deals and great people come together. Visit SalernoDwayneSummit.com. Tito's Burritos of Summit. Whether it's Friday Night Lights or game day bites, fuel your school pride at Tito's Burritos and Wings, located on Springfield Avenue in the heart of Summit's downtown. Kick hunger to the curb with wings that score every time. Your taste buds will score too when you order Tito's Burritos and Wings. Dine-in, takeout, delivery, and catering are all available 7 days a week. Visit Tito'sBurritos.com. And Tony Dom's Fried Chicken, the best fried chicken in New Jersey. If you're not chewing, are you even viewing? Everyone loves TDs while watching football. That's Tony Dom's and touchdowns. When the game's on the line, make the right call and get Tony Dom's Fried Chicken. You've got a timeout on the field, but no timeouts on flavor. It's a beautiful day for football and an even better day for some fried chicken. Whether it's fourth down and long, or when it's fourth down and long, go long and get some fried chicken at Tony Dom's, located at 529 Morris Avenue in Summit. Visit TonyDoms.com. Now, at the half, we did some counting here, and on the fence over there, all the players' numbers are there. But I know for a fact that there are not just 15 seniors that are on the Summit football team, as exemplified by the lengthy senior day ceremony pregame. 25 seniors on the roster for Summit. So they are graduating a huge, huge lot of these kids going into 2026. And that's why this year is such a sense of urgency for Coach Kevin Costabos and company. They're currently at the 2 seed in North 2 Group 4. Coming into this game today, they're likely to keep it if results hold today. And this would be their highest seed since 2018, which was the last time that they made a sectional final and won a sectional final. They ended up losing in the North Group 3 regional title game. That coming against Ramapo, 42-22 at MetLife Stadium. Getting ready to come out here for the opening kickoff. Just a quick refresher to how we got to 28-0 here. Matt McKeever, a 14-yard run with 2:15 to go in the first quarter, and in the second quarter, Summit exploded. Will Holmes, 31-yard reception for a touchdown with 9:52 to go. Just about 30 seconds later, Minjun Kang with a 15-yard pick six, and 3 minutes after that, Daniel Licciardi with a 1-yard rushing touchdown. And here's Cooper Smorgowitz getting ready to boot this one away to Yasir Oates and Gabe Gutierrez waiting back deep to receive. It'll be Oates at his 10-yard line taking this one. He gets wrapped up there. I believe that was Jake Reimold in on the stop just past the 20-yard line. And here comes Scotch Plains-Fanwood out on the field as Summit was the winner of the opening coin toss, and they elected to receive, continuing a trend that we've seen really solidify itself, at least in the New Jersey football scene, in 2025. And it's, at least on the scoreboard, it's worked out for Summit. 28-0 is your score. And remember, folks, if Summit puts 6 or more points up on their next drive, they will have a running clock for the remainder of the game, regardless of how much Scotch Plains-Fanwood cuts into the lead. Raiders trying to stop that, though, here, first down and 10. Logan Weiss with 4 wideouts in the game. Man in motion is Callum Fines. He's going to get the handoff, and he gets met immediately on the play. And it's Min Jun Kang with the stop. Min Jun Kang, one of the big reasons why this defensive line has been able to stop the run so effectively in these last couple of weeks. And he's a smart kid, too, not just on the field, but in the classroom with a 4.06 grade point average. Not sure if that's weighted or unweighted, but Brian Scott's having a heart attack over here hearing that number. What, you weren't a 4.0 student? You weren't? I don't know if you want to divulge that information as to what it exactly was. You made it into a good school. Yeah. Hey, listen, it doesn't matter what you do. As long as you get the degree in 4 years' time, that's all that matters. 2nd down and 10. Looking to throw here under heavy pressure is Weiss, and he's just going to spike it into the ground. They tried to set up a screen, but 3 linemen there for Summit were in his face, including was Ben Cohen along with Aiden Ewing. Trujillo also in there. So it's going to be 3rd down and 10. Spotted at the 24-yard line. See Ben Cohen. Cohen just came off the field momentarily. He won't be out there for this play. As they're going to go with a 3-man defensive front here on 3rd down and 10. Weiss throws it quickly in the flat. Callum Fines has and somehow stays on his feet after being pushed in midair, and that might have been a 1st down. Gavin Schnall got his hands on him, but he only pushed him to the side, not down to the ground, and it will be a 1st down for Scotch Plains-Fanwood. Hard to bring down a guy like Callum Fines, 6'1", 200. And if you had a heart attack when you heard 4.06, get ready for this one. Callum Fines, 4.38. Brian, I mean, you're captain. He just kind of shrugged his shoulders as if to say, you know what, okay. You know. A lot of smart kids out here. 2 H-backs in the game here for Scotch Plains-Fanwood, as the direct snap was a bit high for Callum Fines, but he ends up sprawling forward for a gain of a couple there to about the 40.
Gain of 2, 2nd down and 8.
Callum Fines also plays lacrosse. And I got to tell you, Callum Fines had a block punt. I'm surprised this didn't end up on SportsCenter. I don't even want to call it a block punt for a touchdown. It was intercepted. It was against Carteret. He got right in front of the ball on the punt and just caught it and brought it in for a touchdown. Speaking of catching, he's got another direct snap here as he caught it out of the air and brings it out to about the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd down and long. Here comes a couple extra personnel on the field here. 3rd down and 7 is the official call. Logan Weiss went to the sideline to wait for the call from his head coach, Sean Johnson.
No. Played like one game, one play. His senior day and got hurt again.
Sean Johnson, longtime president of the Scotch Plains Police Athletic League. 3rd down and 7. Under pressure here is Weiss. He escapes it. He's going to throw on the run, looking deep and too far ahead for Dan McCardle to bring it in. And it'll be 4th down and 7. And here comes Jackson Murphy and company getting ready to punt this thing away. I got to say about Sean Johnson and the PAL, in regard to his role in the PAL, Johnson said, quote, "I stay connected with the youth. I stayed connected to the community in that regard, and I have built a great rapport that has lasted until today. I still connect and get along with a lot of these families. I know a lot of siblings of my players now as players that I have coached, and many players from way back in the day still keep in touch. I must be doing something right." And you are right. Great guy, Sean Johnson. Had the privilege of talking to him in person before the game after having a great phone conversation early in the week. Low snap here for Jackson Murphy. Another huge boot as Jake Reimold dives for the football at his own 30, and that's where Scotch Plains is going to go on defense as Summit is going to look to add to their 28-0 lead. In the last 3.5 meetings, you can say now that the first half of play here concluded, Summit has outscored Scotch Plains-Fanwood 136-20. The average score of games in which Kevin Costabos has been the head coach of Summit against the Raiders, 47-19. So they have had their division rivals number in the last few years. Costabos in his 13th season, 88-40 record entering today's game. It'll be a handoff here to Kieran Zuloff. And Zuloff breaks a couple arm tackles there as he's going to end up getting about 3 yards shy of the first down. And we have a player down on the field for Scotch Plains-Fanwood. It's going to be Thomas Dowling. And while they tend to him, we're going to take a break here on Big State Sports. We'll be back. We'll be right back.
State Sports.
Mandelbaum Barrett PC Attorneys at Law provide you with a 360-degree approach for your personal and business legal needs, built on relationships, support, and innovation. You can rely on Mandelbaum Barrett. Visit us at mblawfirm.com.
After calling All Done once, homeowners all over New Jersey are saying, finally, a contractor I can trust. Get the job done once, the right way. Call All Done once at 732-242-4072 or visit us online at www.alldoneonce.com.
Welcome back to Big State Sports. Looking like it was just a cramp for Thomas Dowling as he was down on the field. Coming out of the timeout, it'll be 2nd down and 2 after the 8-yard run by Kieran Zuloff.
2nd down and 2 now for the Hilltoppers.
And Zuloff currently lined up in the, not in the slot, he's actually kind of stacked to the near side of the screen along with Connor Goronski. As there's 2 more at the top of the screen here for Summit. Cooper Smorgowitz is lined up as the single setback as it's going to be a design run here for McKeever. And he evaded the initial heavy pressure coming from the edge. And it'll be no gain. Could have been a lot worse as Nick Maranka was right on his tail. And there you see number 77 for Summit coming onto the field. Sticks out like a sore thumb. That is Luke Dolan, 6'8", 305. Has offers from Syracuse, Pitt, Brown, Wagner, and Bucknell.
Go Summit!
3rd down and 2 after no gain on the quarterback keeper. A lot of shifting on the defensive line here. Will they catch him off guard? McKeever is going to have a 1st down, and past midfield he goes. Down the sideline and out of bounds near the 35-yard line. McKeever making up for the 0 net yards on his previous run with a huge 1st down rush for the Hilltoppers. And some nice blocking once again near the backfield as he was eventually pushed out of bounds by Callum Fines. And we'll see if they said that he stepped out of bounds earlier than he did. They're going to end up spotting him at about the 37-yard line. It's been all about these bursts of yards on these run plays. And a lot of them have been on direct snaps. The direct snaps to Alex Schwark that have set up nice scoring chances for Summit. Design runs on quarterback keepers for McKeever. As he's going to hand this one off. Up the middle goes Cooper. And Cooper Smorgowitz is going to have a touchdown. 37 yards. Cooper Smorgowitz, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the year. And it's 34-0 as the clock is ticking. Running clock here at Tatlock Field as Smorgowitz makes it 34-0. A wide open near side of the field, and he takes advantage of it. And they're going to actually give him a little break. He's going to come off the field. He is not going to be attempting this PAT. Instead, it's going to be Donovan Tung, one of the 25 seniors on the team, the senior defensive tackle. He's going to be trying to boot this one through. This would be the 1st ever PAT make of his career on his 1st attempt. Cole Cowden, the holder. Good snap, good hold. The kick is good, much to the delight of the Summit sideline. That's going crazy. That's the great part about senior day. The kids that normally don't get time get in just because they're seniors, and then you get moments like that as Donovan Tung, in the first point ever scored in his long career, makes it 35-0, and that clock is a-ticking. So for the remainder of this game, it will be a running clock. It'll only stop for injuries, timeouts, and penalties as Smorgowitz back out onto the field after his touchdown run to kick this one away to Yasir Oates and Gabe Gutierrez, who were lined up deep. 35 jumping jacks coming up here from the Summit cheerleading squad. They're not going 5, 10, 15, 20 yet.
Let's get him, get.
And you see some of the parents with moral support, they're not even doing jumping jacks, they're doing sitting jacks. They're just doing the arms in the air as Yasir Oates gets it from the 5-yard line and angled out of bounds there at the end. That was Matt Rossoff along with Max Zucker. And that'll put him at the 20-yard line. Yasir Oates, Coach Sean Johnson says, is his biggest success story as a coach. Early in the season, he had some issues. He was late to practice, had in Sean Johnson's opinion, a bit of a lack of dedication, but wiped that all out of the window because he has turned a huge corner in that regard. And he's also made some big plays. You had a big catch earlier in this game. Very, very excited for what the 6', 164 wide receiver can do next year. Trips at the top of the screen here for Logan Weiss. To the flat he goes, and was that a one-handed grab by Callum Fines? That's one of the better one-yard losses you'll see, as touching him down there was Jake Reimold. And actually going to get him back to the original line of scrimmage, so it'll still be 2nd down and 10. So if everything goes to, I want to use the word plan, but with the actual timing here, this game should be over by about 3 o'clock. See how that ends up here. As here on 2nd down and 10, play action throw and throwing it way out of bounds here. And that's going to be roughing the passer there by Anthony Trujillo at the end of the play, and he knew it even before the flag was thrown. So that's going to add 15 to the end of this play.
How about intentional grounding?
So that'll end up being an automatic 1st down for the Raiders.
Personal foul is called for roughing the passer against the Hilltoppers. That'll give the Raiders a 1st down.
So it'll be a 1st down from the 35 for Scotch Plains-Fanwood. The Raiders have not been shut out in any game this year. Trying to keep that going in their 7th game. In their 8th game, excuse me. Gutierrez on 1st down, taking the handoff. Look at the speed, getting his way through all the defenders and being pushed out of bounds finally at the end of the play. It'll be a 1st down. Schnall was in there at the end. They'll spot this thing at midfield. Clock continuing to tick down. Now, I find it, now according to NJSIA rules, the clock is set to stop for scoring plays, timeouts, penalties, or injuries. There was a scoring play that made it have the running clock. Of course, the Cooper Smorgowitz touchdown. That didn't stop the clock. Neither did that penalty earlier on in the drive, as this run by Gutierrez is blown up by Aiden Ewing. Loss of 2 on the play. So officials just letting the boys play here and letting this clock run down. We are now at 60 seconds left in the 3rd. Thanks again to our sponsors for helping us bring you this game this afternoon. Mandelbaum Barrett, ICS, Oliver Brown & Sons, Salerno Dwayne, Tito's Burritos of Summit, and Tony Dom's Fried Chicken. 2nd down and 12 after the run by Gutierrez. Hawkins lined up at back, but it's going to be Logan Weiss throwing this one way down the field. He's going to try and find Oates, and he's got him. Another huge catch by Yasir Oates. That's going to be 1st down and 10 at about the 15-yard line. Andrew Smallwood was in coverage there, bringing him down at the end. But my goodness, what hops he's got to bring that one down in the one-on-one situation. That might have been the biggest play yards-wise for Scotch Plains-Fanwood all game. And they are in good position here to prevent a shutout. And that brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. 35-0 is the score. Summit over Scotch Plains-Fanwood. That might not be the case for long. And I just want to keep it here if we can, because I'd like to tell you guys some fun facts about both of these schools. So, Scotch Plains-Fanwood, the new school building opened up in 1957, or the new school building opened up in 1957, but it's been around for much, much longer than that. Could not find an exact opening date for the school. But Christian J. Lambertson graduated from Scotch Plains-Fanwood back in 1934. You probably don't know the name, but you know the name that he created, which is SCUBA. That's right. He's a famed scientist, created the acronym SCUBA, and if you didn't know SCUBA was an acronym, now you do. Stands for Self-Contained Underwater Breathing Apparatus. Another famous graduate, well, not a famous graduate, but he did attend the school for the first 2 years of his high school career. Packers defensive end Rashawn Gary attended Scotch Plains-Fanwood for the first 2 years of his high school career before transferring to Paramus Catholic and having an incredibly decorated career there, ending the year in 2018 as the biggest recruit in his entire class. On the other side, you got Summit, opened in 1888. And speaking of football players that come from the school, current Colts starting kicker Michael Badgley helped lead them to a sectional title in 2012. He graduated in 2013. And get this, guys, the Velvet Underground played their first paying show ever at the school back in December of 1965. There's your fun facts of the week here on Big State Sports for both schools involved here, as the first play out of the timeout was a nice run there by Chris Hawkins. Will Forte brought him down at the end of the play. Did I say Will Forte? Gavin Forte. Will Forte's the guy from SNL. That's my bad. I'm excited. New episode tonight? No? I think it's a rerun. Anyways, 2nd down and 3 will be coming up here after the nice run by Hawkins. Raiders looking to avoid being shut out, as it'll be Callum Fines lining up at the quarterback position as 2 flags come in at the end of the play, and it'll be a false start on the Raiders, so that'll make it 2nd down and 8 from the 13. And again, the clock is going to continue to run, and this is according to the NJSIA official rules. It's scoring plays, timeouts by the coaches, penalties and injuries. It has not stopped for this penalty or any previous penalty since Scotch Plains went down 35-0, but well, in any case, we play on as Callum Fines takes the Wildcat snap, regained his footing after slipping a bit in the backfield, and we'll see where they'll end up putting this one. And it was Aiden Ewing was in there in the stop, and that'll get him about close to where the line of scrimmage was on the 1st down, or on the 2nd down earlier before the penalty. 3rd down and 3 from the 8. And you see Logan Weiss coming back out on the field. He is gimpy right now, not sure exactly what happened, but running with a bit of a limp onto the field as there's 4 wideouts in the game for him to work with. 10 minutes to go here in the game. Fines goes in motion. Weiss looking, Fines, and he is going to make a nice cut at the 2 and get in for the touchdown. Callum Fines with his 5th receiving touchdown of the game, or 5th receiving touchdown of the year, excuse me, and his 5th in as many games previously. So he has now scored a receiving touchdown in his 5 last games played in 2023. Nice way for him to end out his year. Went out with a concussion against Perth Amboy last week. Nice return to the lineup for him. He's made some big plays here today, including that one that ensures that Scotch Plains in the regular season will not be shut out. PAT attempt here from Jackson Murphy is up and good. Off the hold there by Michael Paz, and it is now 35-7 as the clock continues to tick down. And again, I'm confused here. I just looked at it in the official rule book. It says 4 penalties, scores, timeouts, and injuries, but interesting. And it's funny, I've seen it go multiple ways. I've seen, this year alone, I've seen officials just let the clock run. I've seen officials go with the penalty scores and so on and so forth, but interesting discretion from this and other official crews this year, as this kickoff from Murphy is going to be received by Connor Goronsky at about the 10-yard line, and Goronsky's got a nice return out of the deal, brought down out of bounds near the 40-yard line. And parents want a flag here, as there was a little bit of tugging on the horse collar at the end of the play. At least it seemed on the initial viewing. But either way, Summit back out on the field, and we'll see if they'll bring in the second string guys now that they're up 28 and with the ball with under 8 to go. Love the song. And it looks like we're getting at least some second stringers out there. You see number 8, George Waddick, on the field along with Will Heil. And running on the field is Gabe Bialik. No relation to Mayim, to my knowledge. Lining up at quarterback here will be Cole Cowden. I'm sorry, excuse me, that was number 34, Gabe Bialik, once again, lining up at quarterback there. And Smorgowitz with the carry. And what they're going to say, the ball came out at the end of the play? They do, and it's going to be a fumble and recovery by Scotch Plains-Fanwood. Let's see this again here on the replay. That ball came out quick. I don't even know if Cooper Smorgowitz realized he didn't have the football. I believe with the recovery at the bottom of that pile was Elijah Al-Akbar. So it's going to be first down and 10 for Scotch Plains-Fanwood in pretty good field position at the 37. The second half is where the Raiders have scored most of their points this year. This year alone, counting today, they were outscored 165-24 in the first halves of games. Looking to put 14 up here, or perhaps more, in the second half of this one. Looking to throw here is Logan Weiss, downfield, looking for Yasir Oates, and out of range there as he was hit very, very hard as he got rid of the football by Aiden Ewing. No penalty flag out as he was basically unable to stop his own momentum. Thankfully, Weiss is okay, as he was hurt seemingly earlier. Saw him running off the sideline with a bit of a limp. As he comes back into the huddle with the call.
Come on, Aiden.
We got plenty more on Big State Sports this Saturday afternoon, so make sure you tune in as we tell you what the viewing guide will be, as this carry by Gutierrez is stopped by Schnall. So check out what we got going this afternoon on Big State Sports. We had 21 games in all between Friday and Saturday. So here is the upcoming schedule here on Big State Sports. Actually, right now we got a pretty good game going on. The Somerset County Girls Soccer Final between Pingree and Rutgers Prep. That's going to be seen live right now. Make sure you check that out when this game's over. So here we go. Here's the rest of the schedule for this afternoon. The Shore Conference Boys Soccer Final is going to be later on between Middletown South, and actually we'll get back to live action here as Logan Weiss is flushed out of the pocket, and oh, was it intercepted? They're going to say yes to the near side of the field. They're going to say no. Now they say no. That was Andrew Smallwood in on the what looked to be interception. Summit was surely convinced. But in any case, after that third down incompletion, it'll be 4th down and 11 with coming up on 4 minutes to go here in the game. So anyways, as we were saying earlier, actually right now the stream just started. Colts Neck against Middletown South in the Shore Conference Boys Soccer Final. That just got started. We got the Morris County Tournament Girls Soccer Final between Chatham and Randolph. That's going to start at 5 p.m. At 6, you got Palisades Park against Bogota in football. At Trinity Hall against Manalapan in the Shore Conference Girls Soccer Final in a couple hours as well. Here we go, back to live action. Throwing down the field was Logan Weiss. And Yasir Oates could not get the football, and they're going to throw a penalty flag on Matt Rossoff. That would be his second downfield penalty in coverage today. And he's pleading his case with the official, but they are not going to listen. Let's see this again. And I don't know. Didn't look like he impeded the progress of Oates much, especially with the huge size difference. So, clock continuing the run, up in 3 minutes to go. We got so many games going, I can't even say it within one timeout here. So we got the Shore Conference Girls Soccer Final, Trinity Hall against Manalapan. We got the Boys Soccer Final for the MCTs at 7:30 between Chatham and Randolph. All of that today on Big State Sports. First down and 10 after the pass interference penalty. That was on 4th down as Chris Hawkins going to try to kick it to the outside. And the ball came out. We're going to see if Summit's going to get it. And it will be Summit football. Some people are going to say ball don't lie, as many people on this side of the field believe that it should have been a turnover on downs after the 4th down incomplete pass. That was negated due to the pass interference penalty. But instead, the Hilltoppers come up with the fumble recovery off the carry by Chris Hawkins. Let's see who ended up forcing it out at the end of the play. Couldn't see the exact person that got it out of there. However, recovering, I believe, that was Min-Jun Kang. So what a defensive day for Kang. He had the pick 6 and now a fumble recovery. Even though it doesn't affect the game's results, still, nice way to stuff the stat sheet for the senior defensive end and situational tight end on the other side of the ball. So just a couple kneel downs here and it'll be over. Summit will go to 7-2 on the year, retaining their second seed in North 2 Group 4. Next time we will see them will be next Saturday afternoon. Actually, they're going to keep running plays here, and taking it here is going to be Will Heil off the direct snap. And the running back is going to have a nice run for a first down. The sophomore getting mobbed on the sidelines by his teammates. Everybody happy for him. And most excited you'll see a team for a first down up 28 in your life. Performance in front of us here by the Summit Drumline, the award-winning Summit Drumline. They performed at a lot of places. They performed at Disney Springs. They performed at the Boston Symphony Orchestra Hall. Great job at halftime, by the way, with the Halloween songs that they played. They played Ghostbusters, The Time Warp. And taking it here will be Bialik off the direct snap. And brought down there at the end of the play. I believe that was number 78, Joe Lambert. And we have a player down here for Scotch Plains-Fanwood. And the clock is going to continue to run. Again, the clock should be stopping right now. And now they do stop it finally at 19.8. And we're going to take a quick break here on Big State Sports. We'll be right back.
NIL deals mean opportunity, but also risk. Don't face it alone. Lyons & Associates reviews, negotiates, and protects your contracts so you could focus on winning on and off the field. This is Zach Smolin with Big State Sports. We know fundraising can be tough for booster clubs and coaches. That's why we're excited about Leading Edge. they've helped programs raise tens of thousands of dollars in just a 1-hour fundraising drive. Scan this QR code or visit leadingedgefundraising.com and let them know that Big State Sports sent you.
Here at Open Road Cadillac, everybody gets treated just like family. We always make sure we find the right car for you.
The 2025 Cadillac Lyriq, now for the limited time price of only $529 a month. Open Road Cadillac of Morristown in Florham Park, New Jersey.
What separates Open Road Chevy is that we do our best to make the purchase experience a painless process from start to finish.
Don't miss amazing offers right now like the new 2025 Chevrolet Trax, starting at $279 a month.
At Open Road Chevy, you're never far away from a great deal.
George J. Keller and Sons want your house to be the kind of home for all to see. Best roofing, windows, siding too. Great solar and gutters, we're here for you. Our seasoned pros are unsurpassed, so give a call, we'll take your task. Transform your home, that's what we do. So give a call, we're here for you. For roofing, siding, windows and solar, we do it all for you. George J. Keller.
Well, folks, the player down for Scotch Plains-Fanwood was Michael Paz. He's up on his own power, and they're just going to let the clock run out here. As your final score from Tatlock Park is 35-7, Summit with a win over Scotch Plains-Fanwood. They go to 7-2 in the regular season, and they await who their opponent will be on November 1st, a week from today, in the first round of the North 2 Group 4 playoffs. Touchdown scorers here today for the Hilltoppers are as follows. You had McKeever with a 14-yard touchdown run in the first quarter. Then you had Will Holmes, a 31-yard reception in the second, along with a 15-yard pick six by Min-Jun Kang and a 1-yard rush by Daniel Licciardi. And Cooper Smorgowitz added the fifth touchdown of the afternoon with a 37-yard scamper in the third quarter. All in all, we believe that the Blue Nail Exteriors player of the game, regardless of him not scoring a touchdown, is going to be Mr. Alex Schwark. Why? Because he came back from injury last week, had a rough game against Woodbridge, comes out here today, has a great game, and even though he didn't get on the board, he set up his team incredibly nicely with the nice direct snap runs he would have that got him in basically inside the 30-yard line each time. So you will see an interview with him on our social medias later on in the week. He is your Blue Nail Exterior player of the game. As you see Summit going to their side of the field for a victory huddle. And that'll do it for us here on Big State Sports and inside the Mandelbaum Barrett broadcast booth. Once again, thank you very much to Mandelbaum Barrett, Oliver Brown and Son, Salerno, Dwayne, Tito's Burritos of Summit, and Tony Dom's Fried Chicken for sponsoring this game today. For our camera person, Jagger, for our producer, Brian, I'm Ryan Sudol saying so long. Have a great rest of your weekend. Keever, play action, quick screen, almost intercepted. And are they going to say that's a live ball? They're going to say that that is a live ball. Is it? I'm not seeing any signal. Bit of a high snap, corrals it though. Nice boot, and that's a live football. That is a live football. Coming in at the end to touch it was Alex Chin. It'll be a design run here for McKeever. McKeever, a beautiful stiff arm. He stays in bounds, trying to cut it up, and he will have a first down just near the 20. McKeever looking to throw, trying to escape the pressure, and he does. He's going to make it happen with his feet. He's got plenty of speed, and he'll have a first down right near the 5-yard line. Eventually tracked down and put for it. McKeever is going to take it himself, and he might have gotten brought down before the markers, and it will be a turnover. Be heard. It'll end up being 2nd down and 5, as you saw Charlie Garvey go in motion, and it'll be a handoff, and they're going to blow this thing up. And it's going to be a direct snap to the Wildcat quarterback Schwark, and Schwark has some speed down the far side of the field. He's going to get a first down and way more. Stays on his feet inside the 30. He's going to make a cutting break, brought down finally inside the 20 for McKeever. He's going to run it, makes a cut. He's going to have a first down and more all the way into the end zone for the touchdown. A 14-yard short, got a block. And he's going to try to make a cut. He does successfully. Inside the 30 he goes. Another huge run off a Wildcat snap for Alex Schwark. Eventually brought down by Alex Chen at the end of the play. But Schwark in Tony Dom's Fried Chicken, as his father is the owner of the establishment. They faked the previous play that they went for, and it ends up going to be a throw to the end zone, and it's caught by Will Holmes, wide open. McKeever to Holmes. Weiss looking to set up a screen. That ball's batted in the air again and intercepted. Min Jun Kang, pick six. Says it's going to be play action here from McKeever, looking to throw. He finds his man, Charlie Garvey. He's got it inside the 10, reaching for the pylon, and it'll be out of bounds right at the at some points this year, and he is the running back on this play. It's going to be a direct snap to him. Does he get in? Yes, he does. Touchdown. Motion there went Paul Boyle. Deep drop here for Weiss. Going deep. He's got Yasir Oates down the field, and he caught it. How about that from Oates? Here is Matt McKeever trying to set up a screen for Cooper Smorgowitz, and this is going to end up being a first down for him, and more than that, he got a block. He's got some speed and space down the far side. Past midfield, past the 40. He's still on his feet, finally brought down at the end of the... Looking to throw again, here is McKeever. McKeever looking deep, over the middle of the field, overthrown and intercepted. Ryan McCann. Meanwhile here, 28-0. And Scotch Plains-Fanwood looking to put some sort of points on the board as we head into halftime. And being brought down with a sack there. And gain on the quarterback keeper. A lot of shifting on the defensive line here. Will they catch him off guard? McKeever is going to have a first down, and past midfield he goes. Down the sideline and out of bounds near the 35-yard line. And this one off. Up the middle goes Cooper. And Cooper Smorgowitz is going to have a touchdown. 37 yards. Cooper. Hawkins lined up at back, but it's going to be Logan Weiss throwing this one way down the field. He's going to try and find Oates, and he's got him. Another huge catch. Fines goes in motion. Weiss looking, finds, and he is going to make a nice cut at the 2 and get in for the touchdown. Callum Fines. I'm sorry, excuse me, that was number 34, Gabe Bialik, once again, lining up the quarterback there. And Smorgowitz with the carry. And what they're going to say, the ball came out at the end of the play? They do, and it's going to be a fumble in a couple hours as well. Here we go, back to live action. Throwing down the field was Logan Weiss. And Yasir Oates could not get the football, and they're going to throw a penalty flag on Matt Rossoff. State Sports. First down and 10 after the pass interference penalty. That was on 4th down as Chris Hawkins going to try to kick it to the outside. And the ball came out. We're going to see if Summit's going to get it. And it